Suspended ANC Secretary-General Ace Magashule will be back in court on Monday. Now, if you can remember, Magashule, along with 15 others, are facing charges connected to a 255 million contract that's for the removal of asbestos roofs in Free State. Now, in 2014, two companies were allegedly appointed as service providers for the province's Human Settlements Department. Two entities were subcontracted, and one of them later did the work for 21 million. It's not known, though, where the rest of the monies went. eNCA senior reporter Siphamandla Goge will be tracking developments on this story. Let's cross over to him now for a preview. Good afternoon, Siphamandla. Now, before we get to what is expected tomorrow, just remind us what is at the center of this criminal case.
It's a 255 million rand contract that dates back to about 2014-2015 financial year, if I'm not mistaken. At the center of the contract was a project undertaken by the Free State provincial government, the removal of the asbestos roofings in many houses across the province, and it is alleged that 255 million was set aside and actually paid for the contract, but very little work was done. And the company that was awarded that contract, it was found later on that the contract was irregularly awarded, and therefore it is also alleged that the company went and looked for another company which had the skills to do the work that the initial company had been appointed to do. It is also alleged by the state that out of this 255 million rand, about 21 million was used for the project and the rest of the money was unaccounted for. The state alleges that out of this 250 million, out of this 255 million rand, it alleges that certain money was paid to some individuals as alleged kickbacks. Now, that is at the center of this ongoing case that includes the suspended Secretary General of the eNCA, Ace Magashule. He is accused number 13 out of 15 accused persons here. In total, there are 15 accused, but 10 individuals and 5 companies. And we expect that tomorrow, of course, all of them will be represented in court here. The matter has been dragging for quite a number of months now. I think on the 3rd of November 2021, it was postponed to the 21st and the 22nd of February 2022. It's about ironing out, pre-trial logistics.
Just one last one before we have to quickly wrap, Siphamandla. Last year the state suffered a significant blow in their case when we had the PA stating that she was in fact not a state witness. Are we expecting her this time around? What's happening then so far as the PA is concerned?
Based on what transpired in court last year on the 3rd of November 2021, the state told the court that, well, there had been a turn of events whereby Ace Magashule's former PA decided not to cooperate with the state. She said she was no longer going to be their star witness, if I can use that term. For a number of months they had been relying on her. She was abroad in the United States of America studying there. They said she had agreed to testify against Magashule and others, but it turned out when they came to court and they told this court, the Free State High Court in Bloemfontein, that she was no longer willing to be the state witness, and therefore they had told the court that very likely that when the matter resumes, she could be one of the accused persons. If I'm not mistaken, Advocate Mthunzimhaka, who speaks on behalf of the NPA, said, well, they do have evidence against her. It's just that initially she had agreed to be the state witness. Now that she has decided not to be the state witness, they were going to charge her. But it was going to be a lengthy process because, remember, they need to have an extradition process if she decides not to cooperate. The Department of Justice, together with the Department of International Relations and Cooperation, need to write to their US counterparts to ask for their assistance. So we will only know tomorrow, once they place all matters on record inside court, whether she has been charged. Will she be appearing with other co-accused? If she is not appearing, will she be appearing alone? We'll only get all of that information inside court tomorrow.
All right. Siphamandla, thank you very much for that update. That was our reporter Siphamandla Goge out in the Free State. Now,